Hi friends, it's me, Miss Chacon. We're back. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd, and I'm so happy that all of you are back here and doing your awesome best work. So, today, this is our math lesson. Our math lesson today is going to be about squares and rectangles, some of my favorite shapes. And if you have not watched our language arts video yet, our language arts video is going to be about an animal dentist. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that lesson. It's going to be really fun. And also, there's this cool video called Goods and Services. If you want to watch it, you can click on it here. And it's a great video.
Lit Mobile popped over this wireless battery.
Sorry about that. Forgot there's ads, but so it's a great video and it's all about our goods and services that we've been learning about these past few days, and it's really good. So let's get started on our math. So we'll go over here and we're going to look at squares and rectangles. So let me show you what a square looks like first. So a square looks something like this. Okay? That's what a square looks like, where the sides are all equal, so they're about the same length. A rectangle looks like this. So a rectangle, it's smaller, so it's a rectangle. So actually, let me show you. Give me 1 second. So what I'm going to show you first is how to make the square. So how to make a square is you just have to make sure that all the sides are equal. See how it's more like a box? And with a rectangle, you don't have to make sure all the sides are equal. With the rectangle, this side is long, this side is long, but this side is short and this side is short. So that's the difference. With a square, it's more like a box and all the sides are equal. But on a rectangle, there are two sides that are very long and two sides that are short. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can draw a picture of a cow with only squares and rectangles. So let's see how we can do it, okay? We're going to draw a farm animal with only squares and rectangles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a big rectangle for my cow. Remember, we can't use any circles. We could only use squares and rectangles. So here's the cow's body. Then I'm going to draw my cow. And this is more of a square. This is a square. This is a rectangle. Then for his ears, I'm going to draw another square. Then another square for the nose, and then I'm going to draw a little eye, okay? Then for his, this looks more like a dog than a cow, but we're going to try our best. For his legs, I'm going to do some rectangles because two long sides, two short sides, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have a few things, and then we'll draw his tail. And remember, we have to only use squares or rectangles. Then we're going to draw his little spots. So we have to use squares or rectangles. So here's the cow spots. Now let's count to see how many squares and how many rectangles we used. So, and let me make this more of a rectangle. Okay, so let's count how many rectangles there are, okay? So here's one rectangle, his body. So this is one rectangle. One rectangle. Here's another rectangle. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I see 6 and this spot too, so 7 rectangles. So it took 7 rectangles to make the cow. And how many squares? Well, let's see. So here's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares because his head is a square. So 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares, because the ear and the nose. So it took 7 rectangles and 6 squares to make our cow. So this is kind of like that video we watched where you had to find shapes in different objects, like in the barn and stuff. So now we're going to do some more of that. So let's get started. Two-dimensional shapes are flat shapes that can be open or closed. So you see how it's open here. The shape is open because a pig can get in. But here it's closed because the pig can't get in right here. So this is an open shape, this is a closed shape. Squares and rectangles are two-dimensional shapes. They are closed. They have straight sides and vertices or vertex. So here's the sides right here. And a vertex is right here. So you see how it's pointing at the corner right here between the sides? So here's the corner, like the corner of a table. That is called a vertex. So vertex is a fancy word for corner. So that's a vertex. So let's count this square. This square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Now let's count the vertex or the vertices. So it's either vertex or vertices. I know that's kind of a hard word, but don't worry. So if it's one vertex, then it's vertex. But if it's more than one, it's vertices. So here's one vertex, 2 vertex. Here's another corner, 3 vertexes, and 4. You see? So the vertexes only happen on the corners. So we have 4 sides and 4 vertices. Now look at this one, this rectangle. It has how many sides? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 sides. Now let's see how many vertices. Let's point at the corners. Ready? 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners. So it has 4 corners or vertices, okay? Now we're going to count how many sides and vertices are on these, okay? So we're going to count our sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has 4 sides. And how many vertices? So 1, 2, we're pointing at the corners, 3, 4. So it has 4 sides and 4 vertices. So this rectangle has 4 sides and 4 vertices. Now let's look at this square. This square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And it has how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 sides and 4 vertices. Now for talk math, it says, how are the rectangles and a square alike? So we know how they're different. One is longer than the other. But how is a rectangle and a square alike? So talk it out with your family and tell me, how are a rectangle and a square alike? Okay? Now for number 3, on my own, you're going to be doing 3 to 6 on your own. And for 7, 8, and 9, you're going to find the object that matches the shape. So you're going to look at the shape and circle the object that matches it. Same with number 8. And then for here, you're going to circle the closed shapes. So there's going to be more than one shape that's closed. Remember, a closed shape, a piggy can't get in. But if it's open just a little bit, like look at this one. This one's open just a little bit, but it's still open, so a really tiny piggy can fit through. But this one's completely closed, so a piggy can't get in, so I'm going to circle it. So look at these other shapes and circle the closed shapes, not the open shapes, okay? So pause this video and get back to me. Ready? So pause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, on your own. We're back. I hope you had a good time doing this. This is a very easy chapter. I hope you're finding it easy. So for this one, we're counting the sides. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This square has 4 sides. And it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So 4 sides and 4 vertices, okay? Then for number 4, let's see. This rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And it has how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides and 4 vertices. Now for this one, this is a checkerboard, but it's in the shape of a square. So we're going to outline the square and count the sides. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And how many vertices? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 sides and 4 vertices. Okay, now let's look at number 6. This is a door, but it's in the shape of a rectangle. So we're going to count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. And how many vertices? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you notice, for all of the squares and rectangles, no matter how big or small they were, a square and a rectangle will always have 4 sides. So it'll always have 4 sides and 4 vertices. So 4 sides and 4 corners. So that's something that even if it's a rectangle or a square, even though they're different shapes, it's always going to have 4 sides and 4 vertices. Now let's do number 7. Here is a rectangle, and it's a long rectangle. So here's this picture frame. It's not the same shape, it's a square. This tire is a circle, that's not the same shape. But this dollar bill is a nice long rectangle, so I'm going to circle it. Okay, this square, here's a square. Here's a square button. It looks about the same size, but let's make sure. Here's a picture frame. It looks more like a rectangle, and it's a little bigger than this square. So I don't think it's the same shape. And here is a traffic sign, and that's in the shape of a square, but it's more of a diamond. So I think it's this one. Now we're going to circle the closed shapes. We know this one's not closed. This one's open. This one's closed. Look at this one. Can a pig get in? Yes, because there's this open side here. So this is an open shape. This is an open shape because we have sides missing, so the pig can get in. But this one is a closed shape. No pig can get in here. What about this one? It's very tiny, but you can tell that it's a closed shape. So I'm going to circle it. All right, next page. I am a two-dimensional shape that has 4 vertices. All of my sides are the same length. What am I? So we know that a rectangle and a square have 4 vertices, right? So 4 corners. So I'm going to draw a rectangle and a square. Now, we see that they both have 4 vertices, they both have 4 corners, but we're trying to figure out which shape has all of the sides the same length. So they all have to have the same length. Well, if you look at this one, all the sides look to be about the same size, but let's see this one. These two are short and these two are long. So not all four sides are the same shape. So we can't say that it's a rectangle. A square, this shape is a square. And that's because a square has 4 vertices and 4 equal sides. Now number 11 says, I'm a two-dimensional shape. Two-dimensional means flat. So I'm a flat shape that has 4 sides. 2 of my sides are long, 2 of my sides are short. What are they? So we know that it has 4 sides. Well, we know that a rectangle and a square both have 4 sides, so we're going to draw them again. So they both have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But it says 2 of my sides are long, 2 of my sides are short. If we look at the square, we see that all of their sides are the same size. None of the sides are longer than the other. But look at the rectangle. We have 2 long sides and 2 short sides. So we know that this shape is a rectangle. And for this one, so for right math, you don't have to do the right math today. That'll be it for today. Have a great day, friends. Stay safe, and remember to watch our language arts video for today. So have a great day, friends. Bye.